Yes, hi everyone. I am back again. The last time I've mentioned about the racism and the apartheid I have experienced at school. Now it's gonna get even more interesting. After this massacre of 1976, I've experienced the worst period in my life. Can you imagine? After these riots, we had no school anymore. I was like, hey, what is happening? The schools were closed, but only for the blacks, right? And these schools, which were closed, all the black townships. Now imagine at my age, sitting around, doing nothing, waking up in the morning and asking myself, how is my program today? I have nothing to do. Imagine cleaning the whole day, taking a chair, moving on the other side where the sun was, north, east, west, all the other side where the sun was, just moving with the chair because I had nothing to do. This was really the worst boredom I've ever experienced in my life. But then something came to my mind. While I was sitting with a friend, that was few months later, my friend said to me, hey, Albertina, you know what? Let's just go and look for a job because we have nothing to do. And I said, you know what? Great stuff, let's go. We went to the city. We were walking from A to Z, all the streets of Johannesburg, looking for a job. But we were lucky. Why? Because the universe guided us and we found a job. The two of us, we found a job. So incredible. It was so beautiful because I thought, hey, doing nothing, if we can work in this factory, why not? And then the guy said to us, hey, you are so young, you're looking for a job already? He said, yes, we have nothing to do, no school. And the guy said, no problem. I'm going to give you a job. You're going to come. You come with me on the back side of my factory. I'm going to show you what you could do. And this guy gave us a job, and it was like a factory where the clothes were manufactured. And this guy showed us exactly what we should do. And my eyes were big. I said, wow, now we're going to learn something new, how they sew the clothes and stuff like that. But then the worst thing that I've experienced also in this company, I was so impressed. I said, wow, we are great here. And in this company, they had white people working there. They have Indians working there. They have colored people working there and the black people. The worst thing I've ever experienced in a factory to realize that racism and apartheid is also in this company, in this factory. Imagine, we black people, we were underpaid, doing the same job, right? The whites were getting more money. The coloreds were getting more money. And then the Indians were getting more money than the blacks. We were actually on the fourth category. This was the worst thing I've ever experienced while working in this factory. And then I faced the owner. I said, excuse me, sir. We had to call him sir those years because of apartheid, right? The Shivas were there. And this man, I said to him, I would need to speak to you. And this guy said to me, yes, Albertina, what is your problem? I said, my problem is like this. I'm working the same job as this person, but I want to know, why am I underpaid? We are doing the same job, so what is the difference? And this man told me, Albertina, we are in South Africa, we have the law. It is like this. I said, what law? He told me, we are the black people, we are underpaid. And I said, what? Doing the same job as a white, Indian, colored, and then me, because I'm black, I'm underpaid. Then I tell you, I just grabbed this man in his office. I told him, listen here, if you think you're gonna underpay me doing the same job as others, why are you telling me that I have to keep quiet, I must do my job? Obviously, I stood up there and I faced the guy. I said, listen, I am not gonna continue working in here. It was great, I was earning money, but I was against the policy. Why am I underpaid? Because I'm black. Why? Doing the same job. That was the problem. South Africa, the whites are on top, then comes the colored, then comes the Indians, then the blacks. We are just right underneath. We were oppressed because of our color. We have to earn less money. That was my biggest fight I ever had with this white man. And I tell you, I told a guy, me, over my dead body. I threw everything away. I said, I am not continuing paying underpaid, doing the same job as other people. And I said to him, if I have to continue working here, then with consequences. And the man was so mad at me. And I left the company, of course, and I said, you know what? Then if I have to suffer, I am not going to do the job. I don't care what you say. And I pulled away from this company. I left the company, and that's when I broke a record in this factory. And I opened the eyes of the others. I said, hey, you, are you prepared to be underpaid? Working the same thing as other people? Are you prepared to do that? Are you willing to be underpaid? And me, of course, at my younger age, I was about 15 and a half years age. And then I left the company, and I left a biggest thing in this company. Then I left the company, and I told my grandparents, I am back home. I am not gonna continue in that company. There's too much racism, too much apartheid, and I've seen it. And then the colors were like undermining us too, and the Indians, they were looking at us as if we were nothing. And then on top of that, the white man tells me I must keep quiet. My mouth is here to talk, not to be kept quiet. While I can talk, I'm gonna still keep on talking. And this racism, apartheid story, it's still continuing. And it's gonna be even worse, because I have stories to tell. Because why? My mouth is here to talk. That's the horn I am blowing. So thank you for watching. And by the way, next Friday, I'm gonna give another stories again about this racism. I'm gonna tell you what I went through. It's gonna be interesting. Hey, please share and like, subscribe. Subscribe. Did you understand? Anyway, look, next Friday is going to be interesting. Again, I'm going to tell you the meaning of apartheid and racism in South Africa, where I was born. So it's going to be now another story, the procedure, how it went on. It's going to be exciting, because someone asked me, hey, how to find you? There are people, I think they don't even remember whatever, but you find me under Tina Graf Lebea, as I mentioned in the last video. So this is my 6th video. People, yeah, I'm growing, yes! So see you next Friday. Mwah!